fact, let's move on. Let's also find out what are some of the stock ideas that we've been getting from our experts. Do we take it across to Sumit now? No. We first speak with the management. We've got Mr. P.R. Hari, Chairman and MD at Garden Reach Shipbuilders and Engineers, joining in on the show right now. Mr. Hari, great to have you on the show. You've reported very consistent top-line growth over the last many quarters. I want to know whether this kind of a growth number is actually sustainable or not.
Good morning, Evan. Before I answer your question, I'll just take you through in a nutshell about the financial results for the quarter. While we had a good FY22, we have started on a very positive note on FY23, with the Q1 results being the best ever in the history of the company. The revenue from operations have gone up from 304 crores to 580 crores if you are comparing with the Q1 of FY22, showing an increase of 90.6%, and EBITDA increasing by 77%, PBT by 88%, and PAT going up from 21 crores to 50 crores, showing an increase of 143%. And the operating profit going up 5 times when compared to the Q1 of FY22 to reach a figure of 23.39 crores. We presently have a good order book. The order book value is approximately 24,000 crores. And of this 24,000 crores, the majority, that 95% comes from shipbuilding orders. And these 95%, that is approximately 23,000 plus crores, comprised of 7 projects, 3 from the Indian Navy, including the prestigious 317 Alpha project, 1 for the Indian Coast Guard for a fast petrol vessel project, 2 export orders, 1 for the Cooperative Republic of Guyana for a passenger cum cargo vessel. And we also won an order for currently executing a project for the government of Bangladesh for 6 petrol boats. And the good news is that recently we have been awarded a contract by the government of West Bengal for a next generation electric ferry. This was something which we were eagerly looking forward to. So in a nutshell, we are in a healthy, good position as of now. Now coming to your question. Yes, we have sustained the performance over the last 2-3 years. And with the current order book and our execution plans, we are very confident of sustaining this performance in the coming years too.
Good to hear that. So tell me, where does your order book stand, and by when will the order book be executed? If you could just give us a timeline.
Okay. The current order book, as I mentioned, is approximately 24,000 crores. And as I mentioned, this comprises of 7 shipbuilding projects. So as per our plan, the current order book will exhaust by, we intend completing all the ongoing projects by FY27, which means FY23, 24 and 25 are going to be the peak years in terms of financial performance. We also won a contract from the Indian Navy. We have not yet concluded the contract. We have won the bid for 4 next generation ocean-going petrol vessels. And the contract is expected to be signed during this year. The order value is going to be approximately 3,200 crores. And with 2 RFPs, as you may be aware, recently on 6th of June, the Defence Acquisition Council approved proposals worth nearly 76,000 crores. And of that, 36,000 alone comes from a naval project for 8 next generation corvettes. And recently on 26th of July, approximately 28,000 crores worth the proposals have been again approved by the Defence Acquisition Council, of which there is a 14 SPV project for the Indian Coast Guard. So in a nutshell, what we have is good, and what is on the anvil will definitely keep us in good stead in the coming years.
The other thing I wanted to understand was, apart from shipbuilding, you're also intending to grow and increase revenue, as I understand, from ship repairs. How lucrative and how margin accretive is this business really?
See, as compared to margins, when if you just take shipbuilding and ship repairs, definitely the margins are much higher. what we have done, as you rightly said, we have ventured into ship repairs. We have created a separate vertical. As part of this process, we have acquired 3 dry docks from the Kolkata Port Trust on long-term lease basis, 30-year lease basis, and already started operations there. To answer your question, the margins from ship repairs are much higher, to the tune of around 20%, depending upon order to order. And what is again available in the bouquet for ship repair orders is extensive, especially with the Indian Navy and Indian Coast Guard and few commercial vessels also coming up for repairs in the coming years. So this is an area which we will be focusing upon now.
I wanted to understand your outlook on margins because they have contracted if we're looking at the numbers on a sequential basis. Are there any near-term hindrances that could impact the margins further, say input cost pressures? Are they increasing?
See, we have gone through the COVID phase reasonably unscathed, and most of our orders as in what we placed on our OEMs and vendors are fixed price orders. So we don't see any major impact. Yes, there has been a marginal impact when in your parlance commodities, in our parlance yard material, there has been an increase. But yard material comes a very minuscule percentage of the overall project cost. So I don't see the current situation impacting the margins in the coming days.
Okay, fair enough. So give us a sense as to what the outlook is, if I'm just getting a little specific on your margins, because you reported that 13% margin in September 21 quarter. This quarter is close to 6%. So when do you see that scope for your overall margin expansion?
See, in shipbuilding, if you take shipbuilding as our major business vertical, in shipbuilding, anything considered profitable is above 7 to 7.5%. And even in this quarter, our PBT margin is plus 10. It is 10.35%, and PAT margin is 8.08%. So we are above the threshold. And since we are diversifying also into ship repairs, so the margins there are more. So we expect our margins to be definitely maintained above the threshold of 7.5 in the coming months or coming quarters or years.
Right, thanks much for taking time out and giving us a view on your quarterly performance. That's Garden Reach for you. A healthy year-on-year growth in terms of their revenues. Net profit came in at 50 crore rupees. The stock, 278. Let's also find out which stocks are on the radar of some of the top market experts that we